so if I... Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right.
What's your first name? Phil. Phil?
Yep.
All right. 3, 2.
This guy.
Hi, Michael Cross here, Republican nominee for State Attorney General. Our website is michaelcross4oregon.com. We are up in Portland today. Very tragically, the Oregon Historical Society was broken into a couple of days ago. Many items were stolen, desecrated, vandalized. It's terrible. Several monuments were removed. And I'm here with the young man that he's not happy with what's going on in Portland. And so anyway, my name's Mike, and you are?
Phil, Mr. Johnson Bay.
Okay, nice to meet you, Phil.
Yep.
What do you think about what's going on in Portland?
First of all, I want to say thanks for having you talking to me today.
Oh, absolutely.
I appreciate what you're doing out here. I respect what you're doing out here.
Thank you.
A lot of people out here feel like their way to make a difference is to cause disruption and confusion. And I see you out here being a man, and I see you showing up, showing your face, campaigning.
Thank you.
You know, wholeheartedly, man, and I respect it. I'm not sure of your politics just yet, but the fact that you did that says a whole lot, you know. And I just want to say thank you for doing that. Now, what I think about Portland, what I think about Portland is I think that they need a lot more of what we're doing right now. I think it's a shit show, and I think that
A shit show.
Yeah, and it's not Portland to blame. Also, it's not Portland. These are not Portlanders doing this.
Where are they from?
I'm not sure, but they're imports, definitely. They like, I don't know, maybe from I don't want to say specifically California, but that's our closest state. And I hear a lot of people saying that people came up through, I know a lot of people in Southern California, and they say they had a mass migration coming this way, and they had a lot of people talking about taking Kate Brown out. So
They want to remove Kate Brown.
that's or they want to destabilize the place to make her look like she's incompetent as a governor.
Well, she's not doing anything. So I mean,
it's hard, man. You know what kind of response you need to do
Yeah,
something like this?
I mean,
you know what kind of joint effort you need to make a difference in a situation like this when you have so many different sides and it's different levels of politics. You got city, state, local. I mean, it's federal. It's so many levels that I mean, her hands are actually tied. She's just the face of Oregon.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's
she's
almost
not
like,
very popular.
It's just like Donald Trump, anybody else. They're just the face of something,
Yeah, that's
you know.
true.
And I got to be honest. As far as it goes, when I look deep down, what I do hear from Kate Brown is that she's reachable. Like somebody has her ear. I'm not sure if they're good or bad, but that she's definitely reachable, and she's constantly kind of like moving. That rubs people the wrong way sometimes. But
What do you think about they tore down the Theodore Roosevelt monument? What do you think about that?
I hate it.
Yeah.
Don't tear nothing down.
No, I agree with you. And then Lincoln, the Lincoln Monument, he helped end slavery. Why do they?
Well, Lincoln said if he could, he would have kept slavery going. He said if he could do it without and still save the Union, that he would have did that. So I wouldn't give him credit so much for the slavery piece. No, but he saved the Union for sure. Also with the battle that they had with the Washita Indians helping out, and a lot of the Seminoles, you know what I mean, they still honor that day to this day. A lot of my people were involved in that too, you know what I mean, the Washita natives.
Okay.
But, yeah, so, but I mean, as far as...
So what about removing the Lincoln Monument?
I think it's terrible.
So even though
you
don't agree with
what? No,
Lincoln or some of the things.
I agree with Lincoln. Did you hear what I said?
Okay.
I said that him about freeing slaves is kind of like a misnomer because Lincoln himself said that he would still keep slavery if he could do it and also save the Union at the same time.
Yeah.
So that's why I wouldn't so much give him credit for ending slavery, but you know, hey, I love the history. Now what I do love is I love the fact that he was fighting against slavery. The whole Republican movement to an extent. You know, from an industrial standpoint, they was doing some other things, but yeah, they were fighting against it, and that's why I still honor that to this day. I still honor that thread in the movement.
Do you agree? So I mean, are you aware that I mean, until just recently, Oregon was the only state that had the non-unanimous jury verdict was allowed, and that stems from Jim Crow laws, and that was overturned by a higher court, so now no longer Oregon can do that. Do you agree that Oregon has, unfortunately, some roots in racism?
For sure, I think you know that, man. I think so. This was created as an oasis for the Europeans. They considered the Northwest in this region up here, they were going to make this like a utopia, like a European utopia. They had big history about this. That's why a lot of the groups, like the skinheads, a lot of the so-called prejudice groups, they originate from northern, Washington in this region up here. This was their utopia. At the same time, though, it has a deep Native American heritage. It's deep. This is the original place of the totem pole. It's got a lot of deep. The oldest man that's known on this land, known as humans, the Kennewick man, is 12,000 years old, was found in this landmass. So I mean, it's a ceremonial place. It's high, and that kind of shit too. So yeah, but it was Europeans thought they were going to create a utopia up here.
Okay.
And so yeah, we have a deep. Also, I would that law was okay, but I think the one that even trumps that is the one they took out in 2011, and it was concerning like the sundown law, where so-called blacks, they're not to own property and not to be out after dark. That law was in the Oregon Constitution, and it got pulled out in 2011. Or maybe 10, 9, 11, 12.
Not that long ago.
About 2011, yeah, early 2012.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Okay, I would look more into that. Versus I hear what you were saying, the Jim Crow. What'd you say it was based
Jim Crow laws. So basically
everything was based on
basically what that whole thing was.
How we're gonna deal with this so-called Negro.
Yeah, let's say there was a black man on trial.
So-called black, yeah.
And then what that was for was so that if somehow a black man got on the jury and he said that man was not guilty of anything, he's still guilty if all the 11 white people said he should go to prison.
And then
so that's wrong.
That combined with not being able to have a jury of your peers too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I get it.
So what do you think? So then you think that the rioting should stop then? I mean,
it never should have started.
It never. Right.
You don't start something without an end in mind. And I never heard a clear end.
What do you think is their end in mind? What do you think they want to do? What's their end game?
Well, clearly that when we're speaking today, I hope that we're talking about the people that have penetrated the healthy, I want to say good, wholesome community members that may have some concern. Their movement have been hijacked by the same individuals that have penetrated the movements for the last 4 or 5 years in Portland.
Okay.
Okay. Those same groups are the same groups that have been fighting. Obviously, I know about the utopia up there.
Yeah.
Guess what? Those little gangs, those skinheads and all that, they had rivals for a long time. I watched them fight all through the 80s. Those same people are still fighting, calling each other racist back and forth. One of them say, you're racist, you're racist, you're racist. But they both look like skinheads. Like they got the bald heads, one of them got a Nazi, one of them is sharp, whatever. They got different boots on. The same group, they're doing the same shit right now. They're just hiding behind organizations. The same thing street gangs have done. The same thing that everybody's doing. They turn into organizations now.
Do you agree that they should defund the police in Portland?
Sounds retarded.
I know.
Yeah, of course. I mean, yeah. Let me ask you a question. I'm sorry. Of course I don't. Who would agree with that?
Well, they were talking about it.
Just talking about they. So the people that hijack these movements,
exactly.
these people from out of town.
I just wanted to get
That can't handle.
I back the police.
I do too. I do too, because they're part of this community.
They're not perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm sure you're not perfect.
They're part of this community.
You know.
Guess how many times me and the police make contact? Probably in downtown Portland, maybe 21 times. Arrested maybe 19, 17 times or something like that downtown Portland. How many times I've been beat up? Maybe none. Maybe once.
By the police?
Exactly. Last time I heard my buddy say he was beat up by the police or anything, it had to be over 15 years ago. Last time I heard somebody physically tell me, and I deal with people and criminals all day long.
Yeah.
I know you guys are calling me a criminal now, but it's good.
No, I'm not.
No,
Career.
not a criminal.
When they look it up, they're going to see I'm a career criminal. I haven't been in trouble in over 10 years though. So
I don't think you're a career criminal.
Oh, well, on paper, by definition.
But that's all right.
So
People
it's good.
change.
Oh, it's good.
I meet a person and that's
good,
how
though.
I judge them.
Yeah, no, it's good though. You know?
They look at paper and they say I'm a criminal. I don't know, what's the difference, right? I mean,
It's fine.
We all make mistakes.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, it's good. Whatever, however they want to spin it. You know.
I'm not an establishment favorite.
But I think they hijacked this movement.
Yeah.
They're known. They're caught now at this point. The cat's out the bag, and so they're doing ridiculous stuff like this. I don't agree with it. I don't think they should be doing nothing like this.
Yeah.
You're not even from here.
Yeah.
Why won't you stand up and be accounted for? No ends in mind. Show me your Oregon ID. I'll show you your right to protest on Oregon soil. Matter of fact, this is a territory. This is the Oregon territory. This is how I'm. Me standing right here. I'm with the U.S.A. I'm not even a part of the United. I mean, I'm a part and partial,
Sure.
But technically, I'm U.S.A.
Yeah.
Me personally, to be honest.
Do you think in the last, I mean, by and large, are you treated fairly by the police in Portland? Do you feel like...
Yeah, I'm treated according to how I'm carrying myself. Me and Dylan had this conversation yesterday. The thing is this, what people don't realize. You can cause confusion really easy with law enforcement. Okay? If you have one thing on your mind, say you might have read something and you learned something, but you haven't yet added that knowledge to a part of who you are. But you just think this stuff and you know it really well.
Yeah.
Okay, but you haven't figured out how to apply this to your daily life. This right here can cause confusion because now in your mind, I'm a new person. I have a new form of thinking. I'm doing something different.
Yeah.
I got a new understanding of the law and I'm gonna act it out right now. But guess what? When the police pull you over, on their computer, they have a different story. Plus, how you look is saying something.
This is Michael Cross. He's running for Attorney General.
Military gear.
Oh, okay. I thought I had seen him before.
Yeah, he's not a career politician. He's not a lawyer.
I'm going Democrat all the way. I'm really frustrated with billionaires. So I'll vote for anybody who's anti-billionaire.
Yeah,
I've never seen a Republican candidate.
yeah, he's for the people. The Attorney General now said that she works for the governor. He goes, I work for the people. I represent the people. He doesn't care what you, if you're Democrat, Republican, he works for you.
Okay.
So.
Well, good luck.
Everybody got a chance to be born.
So.